Let's get loud.
Let's get loud. It wouldn't be this show if we didn't talk about fantasy football, because that's one of the biggest things that connect us. Pulling out the football. Here, let's see. Throw it over here. I don't know if this is a workplace violation, but...
Hey, I always play ball in the house.
Woo!
Play ball in the studio. I've been known to just... I'm an only child. I got to keep myself entertained. That's how I did it. So we're going to talk fantasy football.
Okay,
for those who know, it's for men and for women.
Yes.
I think women know just as much about football as men. So this whole, alpha male bull crap about fantasy football gets everybody involved.
Yeah.
That's what's great about it.
100%. Now, Kevin and I are both commissioners of our own leagues.
And then we're both in a league together where I'm the commissioner.
Correct.
Yes. Now, Medeiros is like in 7 leagues with her family, friends, old coworkers, new coworkers, current coworkers. I have one with current coworkers and folks that used to work here. So that's our one league. And then I'm also in another league with my wife and just a bunch of random assortment of friends.
Yeah, I will say your league has 10 people in it.
Yeah,
10
I think
teams.
10's a good amount. 12 is too much.
10, and it is very hard. You have to
because I don't have too many bench spots. So you really have to be, if you got to eat it if one of your guys goes down and you're going to end up dropping him, go to the waiver wire.
No, but I'm just saying in general, in order to even get in the league.
Oh yeah, you have to, it's like by invitation only. If somebody drops out, then we have a whole selection committee process.
And then
I'd like to drop
people
a couple
still
people.
get mad.
I'd like to drop a couple people out of our league, but
people still get mad. People get heated.
And the worst thing about being a commissioner is you have to be commissioner / mob boss, because it's pay your dues, man. Pay your dues before the playoffs.
And our leagues are set up very different. We've had arguments about this before, so we want to hear what you guys at home think about.
This is generational too, I think. She loves PPR. I am standard all the way. It's old school. You don't like it, you get out. It's a standard league. And it's a big pay-in too. It's $250 to get into the league. And then I also do a little of incentives because high points each week gets $75. If even at the end of the season you're having a rough go, you still have that carrot to go after.
Very true. Now, it's just very different. We're going to go through and we're just going to talk about the differences that you can do from a commissioner standpoint. So, first of all, Kevin's league, 10 managers. Mine is 12. I did do 14 one year, and it was just too much.
Because it's just, you're so handcuffed.
Yeah. Really, you're going into second and third stringers. Especially for running backs and stuff.
Yeah, so low fantasy scores.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, so Kevin's league, and correct me if I'm wrong, is non-PPR standard. You have 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers,
flex,
2 running backs, a flex, a tight end, and a defense.
Yes, and a kicker.
Defense,
special teams, kicker.
Yeah, for my league, you have 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a flex, a tight end, a kicker, a defensive team, defensive back, and defensive end.
Yeah, I don't like that because it's...
You know what, though? It is huge. I'll tell you why. So, for example, I shouldn't say defensive end and a defensive back. You have a defensive back and you have a defensive player. So you can choose alignment or you can choose a DB.
So where do you get the stats from?
You get
tackles?
it for sacks, interceptions,
fumble recovery.
Fumbles, fumble recoveries, pick six, all that kind of stuff. Here is where it's huge. Say your player gets a pick six, okay? Right away, that's 6 points. So there's been times where defensive players typically only get, I would say, between 2 to 6 points, but have gotten 20 points. Now that will put you over the edge to beat someone, and I love it. Now some people decide to...
That's going into the weeds, I think.
I love
You're
it.
going into the weeds.
I had Von Miller for a long time, and he did great for me.
Yeah, you're going into the weeds there. Just
he-
keep it. It's like those people that have coaches on their fantasy team.
What?
I don't even know how you regulate. Like the head coach.
I've never
So
seen
I
that
guess
in my
like they
life.
have points for a win.
I've never seen that in my life.
I have. In one of those goofy Yahoo.
But I've thought about maybe adding like another flex, so that you have 2 flexes.
I
and-
could understand that. Here's one. Which service are you using? I've been an ESPN guy for my entire career.
I love Yahoo.
I was in a Yahoo league once. Don't like it.
I love the Yahoo.
And CBS Sports is just wonky.
Little thing different about mine is, so it's mostly like family and friends and some, you know, there's been a couple of coworkers that have come in and come out and that kind of stuff. But we talk a lot of trash, and I write weekly recaps that are personalized.
I used to do that, but I've
each
become
matchup.
lazy in my old age.
No, it actually takes a lot of work,
Yeah.
okay? And there's a trophy, and then there's also a donkey trophy for...
So, and the league Medeiros is in with me. We have a beautiful text thread, except for the fact we have one Android user, and boo Android. I hate the green bubble.
Call him out, the Curious Georges.
Yeah.
I mean, come
George Takata, former coworker.
He's
Get a real phone, buddy. Get a real phone. Another thing, drafts. And we've been this way since the beginning of the league, and especially since we don't have people that live in the area. It's like the online draft. We still talk smack via, remotely on the chat or in the text, but I've always been that way. I think meeting together with a bunch of people is just patently a waste of time, and it just takes too long. And I don't know.
There is so in one of my leagues, it is in person.
And it's raunchy too.
It is kind of fun to do it in person. I will say you feel a lot more pressure because, you can get your computer set up. You got your whole draft sheet.
Yeah, they can auto
You're ready to
draft if you
go,
mess up.
But in person, like you're on the clock, or maybe you didn't notice that someone took, because you have to go line by line, and it's not updated into the system right away. So you're paying attention to a draft board.
See, and also doing it online is ecologically better for the environment.
Yeah.
Because then you're not getting rid of this. What are you going to do with the draft board afterwards? Frame it?
I think they removed the stickers and use it again.
Or is it like reusable stuff?
I'm not sure if it is, but
Or
I
at
would
least
hope.
if you're on a board with a marker that you can erase.
Yeah, that's true, but who can read handwriting? I mean, come on.
So yeah, I'm an online draft guy.
Okay, so let's get into, because this was a big topic last year, obviously, with McCaffrey.
Who's going to be number one?
Who's going to be
And
number
in fact,
one?
when you do the draft, I almost would rather be 10, the bottom one in our league, because it's a snake, because then you get those back to back.
Most are
If you're
snake.
number one, you're under the pressure of drafting whomever number one. And we know everybody has been burned over the last 4 years with their number one pick, but then you're not picking again for like almost
Right.
2 rounds.
Right. Okay. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay. So last year, obviously, McCaffrey was still slated at number one, even though he did have that ongoing
Is
calf.
he even a top 10 this year?
So I talked to my cousins about this, and some of them said that they would still draft him one. They think he's going to have a comeback season. Now, if you remember, when he was with the Panthers and he got hurt, the next year he did have a bounce back season. Is there a chance that McCaffrey could come back? And especially because of their wide receiver issue, Ayuk's not going to be back right away. Jennings wants a
I wouldn't
contract.
take him number one.
I wouldn't take him number one, but do I think he goes in the first round?
Yeah, you know why? This is why he would go in the first round, because he can catch and he can run. You're going to just get so many. It's
Right.
like the dual and
Dual threat.
running backs, I think, can be a little undervalued sometime. And you go heavy on receivers, you go to those later rounds and you're like scratching your head trying to, that you're really scouring for like the next big thing as a running back, like taking a rookie or something. But running back is a place where you can end up with some really meager performances.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. In the beginning of the season, they're going to have a real struggle with the wide receivers, so they're going to have to get the running game going.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost Debo, so they don't have Debo now. They have Kittle. Ayuk is probably going to be out for a couple
Where'd
of games.
Debo go again?
To Washington.
Oh, yes.
You know, so they don't really have like a great wide receiver core at the beginning. Now, could that also hurt the running game a little bit if they just are able to shut it down? Yes, but I think that they're going to do some screens and stuff to McCaffrey to get him going.
The big if, though, is all it takes for McCaffrey, man. Get one bad hit. I mean, anybody's like that, but it just seems that he's more prone to getting hurt. And if he's becoming more center of the offense because of the other issues,
Yeah.
there's more of him getting more touches, which is he's going to get hit more. So, but I still think he would be.
But he is a new father. Congratulations to him. He
Yeah.
just had a baby with his wife, Olivia. I never know how to say her last name, Colpo or something. Which, by the way, if you haven't checked out the video on TikTok, she did a get ready with me for the hospital, and she packed her suitcases. She packed 4 large suitcases, Kevin. She brought a full-on comforter because she didn't want the comforter.
Well, comforter's fine, but what else is in the suitcase?
She brought
clothing.
She brought.
You're in a freaking gown for like, and they kick you out of there. They get you out of the hospital as quick as they can. It's not like the old days where you're there for a week.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch this. It was like a 10-minute video. She was bringing a speaker.
I think
for McCaffrey to be on DJ duty.
The video probably took longer than her actual stay in the hospital.
And somebody was like, "Please do a video afterwards of like the things that you actually used or didn't use."
What song did they play when the baby was born?
That's a question. That's a fair question to ask. So,
Who let the dogs out?
And fun little fact, really the top 4 ADP from last year in the first round didn't do that well. I mean, it was McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill. He didn't have a good year.
Tell me about it. I took him.
Breece Hall didn't really have that great of a year, and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
So it was rough.
So
last year.
depending on what service you're looking at, I think Jamar Chase is
number 1.
probably ranked number 1, and then Saquon.
Actually, it's saying from what I'm looking at right here, Fantasy Pros, Jamar Chase number 1, Bijan number 2.
Yeah, I mean Bijan and Saquon, I think are bouncing between 2 and 3.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Gibbs is
number
the top
3.
5. The one I'm looking at, you have Justin Jefferson slotted in the 4 spot. Jahmyr at 5. Detroit,
Yeah.
they lost offensive coordinator, but I think they're still going to be really good.
I wouldn't be opposed to taking Amon-Ra pretty high, to be honest. I mean, that offense is in my opinion, the best offense in football.
Well, it's crazy. They have Ashton Genty from the Raiders. A lot of people have him in the top 15. He hasn't even done anything yet.
I mean,
But I think that's a good.
is.
See, that's one of those good sneaky good picks of a rookie. Ashton Genty.
Sometimes the rookies make a difference.
I had a run where I for like a 5-year stretch where I would grab like a running back in like the 6th or 7th round, a rookie, and then they really did come through for me. And I think one of the bigger ones was one year when I won the title way back when was Adrian Peterson. When he was
Wow.
coming out of college. I think I got him in the 6th round, and
You're kidding.
he carried me. Him and picking up good old Nick Foles off the waiver wire later in the season helped me.
That's so funny. That is so funny. But no, you look at some of the rookies that came along. Even like last year, Malik Neighbors did pretty good.
He did, and they have Neighbors coming in on some of these at number 10.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you look at, but Neighbors could be a first-round guy.
But I mean, look at the drops. I mean, you're talking about Breece Hall. The one I'm looking at, 26. Tyreek Hill, 27. I mean,
Devon Achane for Miami. He's one that could be a good risk in round 2.
yeah, I know, but why does he always get hurt? I mean, seriously.
No joke. No joke.
He kills me because he's either really on or he's really off.
He'll have a game where he has like 8 carries for 110 yards. Last year, though, it got really ridiculous because it was like Every play was swing pass to Achon, swing pass to Achon, run up the middle. So
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you guys did have that like double back situation.
yeah, they just fell into the Dolphins fell into such a predictable offense because they didn't have Tyreek going deep.
Yeah, I mean, it
Does
just
Tyreek
was,
have a bounce back here?
I don't know. I could see it. Also, did you see the? I should have pulled up this video, but I didn't have time. The video that I sent you.
Yeah, about Justin Jefferson taking his kids to Disney World. Yeah.
So there's this video they were asking about JJ, and he was like, "Oh, my kids, they like JJ more than me sometimes. In fact, I heard that my son went to school, and they were like, "Oh, aren't you Tyreek Hill's kid? Isn't that your dad? Or isn't Tyreek Hill your dad?" And he goes, "No, my dad's Justin Jefferson." And that's just so hilarious
Yeah,
to me.
Tyreek's like, have him take your ass to Disney World. Come on. Hopefully Tyreek is in a good frame of mind because at the end of the season, man, he was just kind of like, peace out.
I don't know what the heck was going on with him. Okay, well, some early projections coming out. Some people saying that the Broncos are in the top 10 teams in the NFL, ranking them at 6. I couldn't believe that. That was pretty hard for me to believe because
Now, is this fantasy or overall?
no, overall. And I was thinking to myself, man, we do have a great defense. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to say that our defense is probably top 3 in the league. But our offense...
There's questions. There's question
our
marks.
offensive line isn't bad. Our running game, we'll see how Dobbins does. We have a rookie running back, too. But our wide receiver core is really rough. Like, Cortland Sutton isn't bad, but he's our wide receiver 1.
He's not getting taken in the first 2 rounds of our fantasy draft.
Yeah, who I do think could possibly be a sleeper in fantasy from the Broncos is Marvin Mims. I mean, we're going into the 3rd year, and he's had some really good success in showing his speed in the kickoffs, but I think that he really is going to step into a wide receiver 2 role, possibly wide receiver 1, depending on how.
Year 3 in the system of Sean Payton, so he's an offensive guru.
You know what's funny is they ranked the Saints at like 30th. So
They also came out with an alternate gold uniform for this year, and it looks whack.
Some ugly.
The Chargers, they have an all, I think it's like Bolt. It's all gold, and then they have their old navy. So I think they like, but I was never a big fan of their navy. I'm a powder blue Charger guy.
Yeah, sometimes I just think they're doing too much with the uniforms. I mean, like, there's going to be a new one for the Steelers, and they have brown pants.
It's a retro. It's disgusting. And then there's the one where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to wear their 1976 uniforms, the orange creamsicle with the Buccaneer dude with a knife in his mouth on the side of the helmet. I mean, yeah, it's good for the throwbacks. I wish the Dolphins kept their throwbacks as their regular jerseys because those are the all-time GOATs.
I know. I kind of like the Orange Crush jerseys for the Broncos. I actually don't hate the color rush either.
You
know what jerseys I love and I think look so clean are the whiteout jerseys for the Bengals. You don't like them?
I'm not a whiteout person.
I love
do not
that
like
helmet.
Whatever you want to call it, stormtrooper, whiteout, snowflake. No, I'm not an all white uniform guy. I do not like it. When the Dolphins wear all white, put the aqua pants on at least. Come on.
Besides your team, who has the best colors or uniforms?
That's tough. I think the Commanders have a clean look with that burgundy and gold and just the way the jersey sleeves. It just looks clean. I mean, I'll give Commanders the nod right off the top of my head. Also, jeez.
I kind of like the Lions.
Yeah, no, the Lions have a good look too. Even when they go to their all blacks.
Yeah.
I think they look pretty sharp.
I like the Lions.
I'm also a big fan of their all silver.
Yeah. I think they just look clean. I don't
It
know.
also helps when you got a good squad too. You know, Amon St. Brown looks clean when he's getting that touchdown pass. So.
Very true. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with a blast from the
A big blast.
Yeah.
A blast from the block.
In fact, someone didn't even know in the studio what this was this week. I was shocked.
Kids.
We'll see. We'll be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we talked a lot of football. Maybe some people are sick of it now. So we're going to switch to another subject, which this came up actually in the studio during a commercial break. Is I was talking about different stores that we used to go to, and I brought up the infamous Blockbuster.
Good old Blockbuster.
And one of the production staff actually said, Blockbuster.
What's that?
And I go, oh my gosh, it was like kind of like a library for movies-ish where you would go rent it out.
There is one Blockbuster still around.
There is?
In Oregon.
What?
In Oregon. There is one Blockbuster. I believe so.
I'm sure.
I'm going to Google it
Well,
right
while
now.
he's Googling that, so we used to go to Blockbuster all the time.
Oh, who didn't?
And, get different VHS movies to rent.
Here it
and
is.
I think you would have them.
Bend, Oregon. There is one Blockbuster still open movie rental store. Closes at 8 o'clock tonight. 541-385-9111. So yeah, it is the last Blockbuster. In 2018, it became the last Blockbuster.
That's so crazy. What a cool place, truthfully, to be able to go and visit and rent a movie.
Yeah, if you even have a VHS player. I mean, I guess they do DVDs and whatnot, but I'm thinking, so...
Yeah, they did do DVDs at the end.
So we would go in there, whatever, Friday night. You'd go, you'd pick out your movie, they'd give it to you. You'd go home, you had it for 3 or 4 days. Easy to return. But yeah, I mean, it was a bygone era. But like now, I don't even use physical media.
No, I know that. But what shook me was one of the girls said that works with us. She goes, oh, so it's like a red box. And I was like, dang, imagine, you don't know, like Blockbuster, you don't know the feeling of going in there.
It is like a red box, except you don't have to wait behind somebody who's taking a year, and you don't have to be out on the sidewalk in front of a 7-Eleven when it's like 200 degrees looking for a movie.
And don't get me wrong, like Redbox had its own perks. Like you could go whenever, you didn't have to.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, just hit the 7-Eleven, get yourself a Slurpee, and a movie.
But you would get the movie from Blockbuster for like a few days, and then you'd have to return it. And if you didn't return it, then you had to pay like an extra fee.
So, Darius, I'm old, pre VCR. So I remember when we got our first VCR. It was in 1984. 1984. I was in high school. And I set it up in my room because my parents had no technological expertise. So basically, I had control. And I would record shows, record movies, whatever, because you'd get the blank VHS tapes. It was fantastic. And that's actually how you would set it up. So, my favorite show came on at 9 o'clock. If I'm not going to be around, you program the VCR to record it.
And sometimes you could overwrite stuff, too, because I remember that
you'd record. Listen, when the Dolphins made the run to the Super Bowl, 1985, they lost the Niners. I recorded all the playoff games, including the Super Bowl. And after the Super Bowl, I recorded over every single one of them. And I wish I would have kept it because just
that would have been cool just to have.
Did the pop culture, like, time safe that you would get with one of those. Because you'd see the old commercials.
I know.
And just stuff that if you uploaded it to YouTube, people would lose their minds. People would love it.
No, because remember I had a story that I was working on and I had to record some news from the 90s. And so one of the commercials was like this Got Milk commercial with the guy in a cast head to toe in the hospital. Yep. And I remember you like explaining it to me, and it just brings back a different thing. I will say there is a sad thing about media changing. While I do think streaming is great and the cloud is great and, that's the way of the times, my grandma recorded so many home videos, and then you would put the smaller tape into the VHS, and then you'd be able to watch it. The quality is going down over time of those, and in order to get them transferred, like some people charge like $100, and you're not going to transfer every single one. So there's going to be these memories that really just disappear, and that's kind of sad to me.
And what I think though is amazing is that just even though the quality wasn't great, there's something about an old VHS recording of something. It just captured that time.
And you appreciate it more when you have to put it in and rewind it and spend the, minute to go.
Be kind, rewind. There used to be stickers. And then, you could even buy, there was, just like with Apple, there's so much other stuff that you can get now because of the iPhone, like cases and, whatever. So they had an actual thing that you could have, so you're not ruining the heads on your VCR. So the movie's over, you take it out, you would put it in this little contraption, put it down, it would rewind the tape for you.
Yeah. No, I've seen that because you don't want to mess up a VHS tape. I mean, how sad.
Well, not only that, you don't want to mess up the constant use of your heads on your VCR.
And have you ever gotten one stuck in there? It's a pain in the butt.
But the thing is that when one breaks, it was easily fixed.
Yeah,
you could just get some tape it together. So you're watching it, and there's that little, but then it goes back to the action.
For you Gen Xers out there, look up Blockbuster, do some deep dive.
Or go to Bend, Oregon, and Bend's a beautiful part of Oregon. Go to Bend, rent a movie.
Yeah, rent a movie. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Now, I'm going to be gone in Montana taking some time off, so we won't have an episode next week, but we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
And we'll get it loud.
Get it loud. Bye, Kev.